Hello and welcome to another episode of Scope. I'm Tracy Pa. In 2025, Papua New Guinea commemorates a rare dual milestone, 50 years of independence and 50 years of its own national currency. The Bank of Papua New Guinea unveiled a commemorative 50 kina note and a 50 toya coin, capturing the essence of the nation's history, culture, and economic journey. These currency pieces are more than money. They are symbols of identity, heritage, and the enduring dreams of a young nation.
Amidst a hall filled with dignitaries and the families of Papua New Guinea's founding leaders, Governor of the Bank of Papua New Guinea, Elizabeth Genia, addressed the nation. The launch was not merely about currency, but about celebrating a nation's story, its achievements, and its future. The 50 kina note retains the portrait of the Parliament House and Great Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, while the golden 50th anniversary emblem symbolizes the soaring hopes of a country moving forward.
50 years ago, the notes and coins represented the first heartbeats of our nation. Today, they are the backbone of our nation's economy. The Bank of Papua New Guinea stands firm in its responsibility. Our primary objective is to ensure price stability. Our broader responsibility is to uphold financial stability, encourage sustainable growth, and promote the development of a financial system while safeguarding its integrity.
Beside the 50 kina note, the 50 toya coin shines with its seven-sided shape and the colored PNG flag inlay, a subtle yet powerful statement of unity and progress for a country that boasts over 800 languages and thousands of cultures.
Fathers of our country, the patriarchs of our country, decided to go with our own identity just months before our sovereignty was birthed at 16 September 1975. Our currency depicts where we have come from. And since then, many features of our currency, in fact, all features of our currency tells our heritage, our identity, our history.
The launch also paid tribute to the architects of Papua New Guinea's financial independence, Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, the nation's guiding voice, Grand Chief Sir Julius Chan, the first finance minister, who courageously introduced the kina and toya, and Sir Henry Torobert, the calm and professional first central bank governor who shepherded the young nation through its financial birth. Their vision transformed a fledgling economy into a platform for growth, stability, and national pride.
The kina and toya carried more than the economic value. They carried pride, identity, and belief in our sovereignty. The names themselves came from us. The kina, a prized pearl shell. The toya, a small shell used for trade. And for generations, they carried value.
Governor Genia announced that in 2026, the bank will issue a redesigned 100 kina note featuring Sir Julius Chan, honoring the finance minister's vision and pivotal role in shaping PNG's economy. This note will celebrate the nation's currency history and the trading spirit that Sir Julius helped instill. Launching the kina in 1975 was a nationwide endeavor. Booklets and posters in English, Tokpisin and Hirimotu educated citizens. Radio and press campaigns explained designs and denominations, while banks trained staff with specimen notes. Initially, farmers and smallholders were cautious, yet confidence grew quickly.
You're watching an independent special of Scope. Drop a like or comment on this story later on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Still to come, we will go back in time to learn about the birth of Kina and Toya.
The Kina and Toya soon became the lifeblood of daily commerce, circulating alongside the Australian dollar until the end of that year.
As Papua New Guinea gears up to celebrate its 50th year of independence, we give thanks to the good Lord for the leaders we had. Our founding fathers did not know where to start, but they needed to catch up with the rest of the world, who were hundreds of years to modernization. Papua New Guinea, we did it in 50. We have come a long way in a very, very short time, from hunters and gatherers to who we are today: lawyers, doctors, teachers, bankers, and so much more. We should be extremely proud of ourselves.
The commemorative currency reflects decades of expertise and international collaboration. Note Printing Australia has supported PNG for over 3 decades, crafting each note with precision and pride. The Royal Australian Mint ensured the coin's vivid colors and detailed inlay, making this currency a collector's tribute and a functional tool of commerce.
We've had a 35-year relationship with the Bank of Papua New Guinea, and of course we're delighted to be part of the journey and delighted to have been part of the journey for so long. The last time a commemorative banknote was produced for PNG was 7 years ago for the APEC conference in 2018. This involved the overprint of the APEC logo on the 100 Kina. Distinct from this last commemorative, this year's commemorative 50 Kina has involved a comprehensive note redesign to honour the 50th year of independence.
The official release into circulation of the coloured 50 Toa coin and the 50 Kina banknote are a fitting tribute to Papua New Guinea's 50th anniversary of independence. Papua New Guinea is one of only a few countries that releases coloured coins into circulation, like Australia, and we're very proud to support that, and we're very happy to be here today to celebrate the 50th anniversary of independence through the release of these coins.
About 20 million 50 Kina notes and 2.5 million 50 Toya coins were printed for circulation. This commemorative series will circulate alongside existing designs for years, ensuring every transaction carries a reminder of PNG's history and promise.
The public must know that we will not have another note like that again. This is a one-off print, it is a commemorative print, and it won't be printed again. We will revert back to printing the old 50 Kina note that we had in circulation prior to this one. But that is what's going to happen. We've kept, I think there was a bit of a miscommunication in terms of how the public perceived it, that we'd actually changed the back. But the Grand Chief Sosomaro's portrait is still there on the other side of the 50 Kina note. So we have only changed the front end.
The story of PNG's currency is inseparable from its nation building. Sir Julius not only introduced the Kina and Toya, he created institutions like Air Niugini, Ramu Sugar, and guided the nation into international financial systems. His vision ensured that Papua New Guinea could stand confidently on the global stage while preserving its cultural roots.
Sir Julius was a humble man at heart who had his family close but prioritized the nation's interests above all else. He was a champion of the people who lived to serve. By amplifying the voices of our diverse population, across thousands of tribes and over 800 languages. His unwavering commitment to unity was evident in his tireless efforts to bring our people, cultures, and tribes together as one. Tonight, we celebrate 50 years since my father launched the Kina and Toya.
Governor Genia emphasized the bank's ongoing commitment to financial inclusion, price stability, and responsible economic stewardship. The goal is clear: to ensure every Kina and Toya carries the pride, promise, and potential of a nation.
From this day forward, may every Kina and every Toya carry not only our pride, but also our promise.
50 years of independence, 50 years of currency. Each note and coin tells a story of courage, vision, and the remarkable journey from hunters and gatherers to a nation of teachers, bankers, doctors, and leaders. Papua New Guinea continues its journey, honoring the past while building the next 50 years.
Thanks for staying with us on this Independence Special of Scope. In the Art of the Pacific, where over 8,000 tribes meet, a nation was born, Papua New Guinea. Carved from ancient wisdom and the dreams of its people, our spirit of independence runs deep. Before the flag was raised, another quiet revolution began. The birth of our currency, led by visionaries like Sir Julius Chen and Sir Yano Bello. PNG cast aside foreign legal tender and embraced the Kina and the Toya.
Before the world saw the beautiful island nation of Papua New Guinea flourish as an independent country, its economy was closely tied to Australia. The currency used was the Australian pound, later replaced by the Australian dollar. But as the call for self-determination grew louder and stronger in the early 1970s, the nation began to realize that true independence went beyond political autonomy. It required economic sovereignty. Among the visionaries who led this transformation were two key figures: Sir Julius Chan, then Minister for Finance, and Sir Yano Bello, a founding father and former member for Kagwa Erave. Their bold vision laid the groundwork for a new era in Papua New Guinea's financial history. The story of Papua New Guinea's currency is not just about coins and banknotes, it's about the heartbeat of a nation. It's a journey that began long before the country gained independence in 1975, a journey that reflects the spirit of self-determination and cultural pride that marks the nation's identity today. Economic sovereignty, they believed, was just as essential as political sovereignty. And one of the most vital steps towards that autonomy was the creation of a national currency. This task, led by the two visionary men, Sir Julius and Sir Yano. Sir Yano, deeply connected to the country's cultural roots, proposed a name for the new currency, Kina. The Kina was inspired by the traditional shell money, a form of trade and wealth that had been used in the Highlands and Momase regions for centuries. The smaller unit, the Toya, was named after the smaller shell currency used in coastal areas. This move to name the new currency after indigenous symbols connected the modern nation to its ancient heritage, ensuring that culture and tradition were etched into the very fabric of the economy. On 19th April 1975, just months before independence, the Kina and Toya were introduced, initially pegged to the Australian dollar at parity. In a historic moment for the nation, the two currencies circulated briefly together before the Australian dollar was phased out. The early coins and notes of the new currency reflected the country's rich traditions, featuring images of birds of paradise, canoes, and ceremonial masks, emblems of Papua New Guinea's diverse cultures. Through the leadership of Sir Julius and the cultural vision of Sir Yano, PNG established a currency that would become a proud symbol of independence and national identity. The kina and toea would come to represent not just money, but the strength of a nation that had pushed to have control over its own destiny. This visionary proposal was more than a matter of monetary policy. It was a declaration of cultural pride, a commitment to embedding Papua New Guinea's rich traditions into the very fabric of its economic identity.
We wish the country a happy 50th independence anniversary. Stay tuned. We will return to end this special Independence of Scope.
In 1975, just months before independence, the new currency was born, the kina and the toea. They were initially pegged at a 1:1 ratio with the Australian dollar. But as the nation embarked on its journey towards full sovereignty, the Australian dollar was phased out, and Papua New Guinea's own currency became the medium of exchange. The first banknotes and coins were not just financial tools. They were works of art celebrating the nation's heritage. Birds of paradise, traditional canoes, ceremonial masks, each design carried the soul of Papua New Guinea. Through these symbols, the currency became more than just a means to transact. It became a symbol of pride, resilience, and national identity.
PNG has achieved its goal of maintaining its distinctive.
The unveiling of the new currency was more than a financial event. It was a declaration of Papua New Guinea's identity and the birth of a new nation. The designs on the notes, rich in cultural significance, reflected a nation that was proud of its diversity, its traditions, and its aspirations. In the years that followed, the kina and toea served as enduring icons of independence. But as the country entered the modern age, changes in technology began to influence how people conducted their financial transactions. On September 16, 2025, Papua New Guinea will celebrate 50 years of independence, and with it, a special milestone, half a century of the kina and toea as symbols of the country's sovereignty. To mark this momentous occasion, the Bank of Papua New Guinea unveiled a commemorative 50 kina banknote and a 50 toea coin. The event was a reflection not only of the nation's economic progress, but of the unwavering vision of its founders. The ceremony was attended by esteemed dignitaries, including Prime Minister James Marape, Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Kichenko, and former Australian High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency John Feeks. The keynote address was delivered by Governor Elizabeth Genia, the first woman to hold the position, who celebrated the legacy of the leaders who made the kina and toea possible.
It is a great honor to join in commemorating two important national milestones: the 50th anniversary of Papua New Guinea independence and the 50th anniversary of our national currency. Now, as we reflect on the significance of today's occasion, it's worth remembering that the creation of Papua New Guinea's own currency was a foundational step in our journey to independence. In the early 1970s, as our country prepared for self-government, Our leaders recognized that true independence required more than political change. It demanded economic sovereignty. And one of the most powerful expressions of this was the decision to establish our own currency. That vision was championed by the late Sir Julius Chan, then Minister for Finance. He saw clearly that Papua New Guinea needed to take control of its own monetary system, to have a currency not only issued here, but one that reflected our own identity, our own values, and our own traditions.
She also emphasized the importance of continuing to honor these values as the country enters its next 50 years of growth.
The names Kina and Toya were carefully chosen. They were not imposed or borrowed. They came from us. When our currency was launched in 1975, it marked more than a change in systems. It was a declaration of identity, of confidence, and of our right to determine our own course. It gave us the tools to shape our economic future, to write our own financial story, and to anchor the spirit of nationhood into every note and every coin. Today, the Kina and Toya continue to serve as enduring icons of our independence, not only in our wallets and marketplaces, but in every idea that we are the stewards of our own future. Even as digital transactions and electronic banking become a growing part of our modern lives, physical currency remains a key symbol of financial health and inclusion.
Papua New Guinea's journey of currency innovation reflects not only the resilience of its people, but also the deep ties it shares with Australia. The two nations have built a strong partnership, evolving together in the world of finance.
It is an honour for me to be here today to help launch an important element in this 50th year of PNG independence. A commemorative 50 Kina banknote produced by Note Printing Australia and a commemorative 50 Toya coin, which is manufactured by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. An Australian invention, PNG quickly saw the benefit of the new substrate and became the second country in the world to have a full polymer banknote family in circulation. So PNG has truly been a pioneer in currency technology. Note Printing Australia is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Reserve Bank of Australia, and this also references another great collaboration between our nations, which was the establishment of the Bank of Papua New Guinea in 1973, which was a critical step to achieving independence. In the years leading up to the formation of the Bank of Papua New Guinea, the PNG government worked very closely with the Reserve Bank of Australia to share central banking expertise and systems. Together, this commemorative note and coin will serve an important national role as symbols of Papua New Guinea's 50th year of independence. I sincerely hope they'll be seen right across this remarkable country, although I must admit they're so beautifully designed that you wouldn't blame anybody who chooses to keep them safely at home to show friends and family for years to come.
We are a nation of many nations that has lived over centuries in this part of earth. Our ancestors were seafarers, had technology that many did not have before, traveled between islands and islands in the South Pacific. Our ancestors were cultivators of horticulture, living in their own structures 10,000 years even before many others were living in settled agrarian lifestyle in other parts of planet Earth. This is our country called PNG. My Huli tribal land is about 400 kilometers from the nearest traditional trading port or area, which is Kikori. This is where our shell monies come up into the western central part of Highlands. It was currency. It depicted currency. It depicted trade. It established wealth, a symbol of a nation, before 1975, a nation in trade amongst the many tribal nations we had in what is now called PNG. Trading was going on. Kina was a major trading currency even before it was subsumed into paper bankable note we call kina today, it was a prized possession of trade.
Prime Minister Marape's words reflect the ongoing importance of the kina and toya. They are more than just symbols of independence. They are living, breathing representations of Papua New Guinea's spirit of unity and self-reliance.
But he told me, please, not yet. When I am gone, maybe. And so we very soon, sometimes before September 16, we will unveil our new 100 kina that will have his face on.
I thank the PNG government and the people of Papua New Guinea for giving us that, that special gift. He is the father of the currency, and we just have to somehow humble ourselves and thank him for what he's done for us. So thank you, everyone.
At the unveiling ceremony, Kina Bello, son of Sir Yano Bello, also paid tribute to his father's role in championing the name Kina during the birth of PNG's national currency in 1975.
My father was first cabinet minister for Works and Housing, and Minister Sin Sullivan brought the submission to the change of currency, and he was the determining factor to address the issue surrounding the naming of Kina, and fortunately he chose the upper denomination of the currency.
As Papua New Guinea marks the 50th anniversary of its independence and the creation of its currency, the Kina and Toya stand as enduring symbols of the nation's sovereignty. These currencies carry not just the weight of economic transactions, but the collective story of a people who have overcome challenges and celebrated victories. In the words of the late Nelson Mandela, first president of South Africa, "It always seems impossible until it's done." For Papua New Guinea, the creation of its own currency was an impossible dream that became a powerful reality. A reminder that when a nation dares to dream, the possibilities are limitless.
Thanks for tuning in to another one of our independent specials of Scope. Visit the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and leave a like or comment on our Scope stories this week. More of our independent specials next time. I'm Tracy Pa. Good night.